Rookie.
When you have great fighters and great fighters start talking about one another, I mean, then egos become a big part.
What would you say was better? You were in the ring with Roy. You saw Floyd in their primes. Who had a better prime? Who was the overall better fighter?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones? Why is that? What separates him from Floyd in their prime?
The reason why Roy put everybody in their prime. Floyd put everybody after their prime. He ready to fight me and fight Pacquiao.
Pac was still in his prime, wasn't he? Pacquiao was younger than Floyd when they fought.
One Floyd Mayweather has been spotted back in the gym, putting in intense training sessions under the watchful eye of Jeff Mayweather. Clips show him focusing on quickness drills, mitt work, and overall conditioning. When questioned about a possible comeback, Floyd brushed off the critics, saying their opinions don't matter and that he still considers himself the greatest, confident he could prove it again if he chose to return. This has fueled speculation that he may be gearing up for an actual bout against Roy Jones Jr., rather than a simple exhibition match.
Is there something that you want to elaborate on, or is there something that maybe you don't like about Floyd?
One thing I don't like is that you don't respect elders. You talk about Muhammad Ali got beat by an 8-0 fighter. That 8-0 fighter was an Olympian who was a monster, who, if you had a monster like that in your weight class, you wouldn't fight him at that time.
Roy Jones Jr. recently spoke on Ring Champs, suggesting that Floyd Mayweather steered clear of high-risk matchups during his peak years. He pointed to Amir Khan as the one opponent who could have caused real problems due to his speed and movement, claiming Floyd wasn't eager to face that test. Jones's comments have reignited long-running discussions among boxing fans, especially those who remember the excitement around Khan's run in the 140-pound division.
You don't think, hey, in my opinion, the only person that really had a chance in his weight class back then was Amir Khan. He wasn't touching Amir Khan. The time Amir had too good a feet, he wasn't fighting Amir Khan.
Amir was calling him out for years.
He wasn't fighting Amir Khan. Amir Khan had too good a feet. I already know this.
I just don't think he would have beat Floyd.
I didn't say him. You don't know.
He was young, he was fast, he was knocking people out.
You don't understand boxing like I do, though. Who Floyd was knocking out? Besides Ricky.
That time, nobody.
That's it.
Yeah,
so
Jones has remained consistent in his view that Floyd was never the greatest in his book. He argues that Mayweather's undefeated record was built on careful timing and selective matchmaking, rather than taking on the toughest opponents at their absolute best. In a recent conversation with Sconnickens Out, Jones went a step further by calling Floyd out directly, saying he's not interested in talk or showmanship and wants a legitimate professional bout, not an exhibition with nothing truly on the line.
Right. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further,
he fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great.
Or while nothing has been made official yet, Mayweather's recent training push appears far more focused than usual. His sessions alongside Jeff Mayweather resemble a legitimate training camp, and subtle signs of promotion are beginning to surface. Unlike past exhibitions, this potential matchup carries a more personal tone, especially with Jones making it clear he doesn't view the bout as mere entertainment.
It's cool too. I got opinions, and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open.
Several fighters have weighed in on the situation, including Mike Tyson. During a podcast appearance with Shaq, Tyson said the matchup would draw massive attention, but added that he'd prefer to see Floyd take on an active, elite fighter like Terrence Crawford. In his view, that kind of fight would present a genuine challenge for Mayweather, unlike a bout with Jones, which he considers more of a spectacle than a true test.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like...
You got to respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop. right?
Alexandre Ward also weighed in, brushing off suggestions that he played any role in stirring tension between the two legends. He joked that this kind of back and forth is nothing new in boxing. Ward went on to say he doesn't expect the fight to ever materialize, while admitting that Roy Jones Jr. has always been his personal favorite.
You think they should get it on? You think Floyd can get his weight up and they should get it on?
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Who was better in their prime?
I ain't getting into that, man. Y'all know how I feel about all three of them, but Roy was my favorite fighter of all time.
You try to emulate a little bit of his style.
I try to emulate all three of them, Bernard, Floyd, and Roy, but Roy is my all-time favorite fighter.
And Oscar De La Hoya also addressed the topic in a separate interview, saying there's no bad blood between him and Floyd. He explained that many retired fighters have a hard time stepping away from competition, especially when they watch the next generation succeed. De La Hoya described Roy Jones Jr. as someone who speaks his mind openly, while noting that Floyd will always stand up for himself.
In front of him that he got knocked out and all this stuff. What do you think about that situation? Who is the better fighter in their prime?
Look, in their prime, I mean, I got to give it up to both guys, but, I mean, look, we're retired, man. Let's keep this fighting thing for the young bucks, you know?
But you fought Floyd, you fought him, so you know firsthand, you know his talent. But Roy in his prime, when he was like Superman, before the knockouts, before everything.
He was a beast. He was a beast.
If they're in the same way.
While some have tried to portray the situation as nothing more than harmless talk, Jones is no nonsense. Attitude and Mayweather's intense training suggest a more calculated purpose. Jones has openly called for a legitimate professional fight, stressing that this matchup is about legacy and settling who truly ranks among boxing's all-time greats, rather than chasing another payday.
Incredible fights, no losses, but what you won't see is any time in his career where he was as good and as dominant at his peak as Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the sport of boxing for over a decade, and he deserves respect for that. Now, specifically,
boxing experts have also analyzed the potential matchup from a technical perspective. One key issue is the weight difference. Jones spent much of his career above 160 pounds, while Mayweather primarily fought at lighter divisions. Even at their current ages, that gap could influence negotiations and regulatory approval.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah,
but in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money he made.
And recent training footage highlights that Mayweather still moves with speed, maintains excellent balance, and lands punches with precision. While some fans have noted the absence of sparring clips, insiders at his gym suggest Floyd is taking this seriously and could be preparing for a genuine professional fight, with nothing staged or for show.
Roy Jones. You know Roy Jones, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Can we get a shout out for Team Locked In? You agree with me? Roy Jones. Roy Jones is in his prime. Man, like, fast, footwork, strong.
That's it for today, everyone. Stay in the loop with all the latest boxing news, highlights, and stories. Make sure to subscribe to Punchroom Room and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And don't forget to explore our other videos. Until next time, take care and stay safe.